Why the NBA hates the Golden State Warriors. As you all know, the Golden State Warriors are currently 2 wins away from securing the 6th spot in the Western Conference. And as the playoffs get closer and closer, a lot of Western Conference teams do not want to face off against the Warriors come playoff time. So in today's video, we're going to be going through 5 reasons the NBA hates the Golden State Warriors. So make sure to like this video, and if you want more Golden State Warriors content like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that red button down below. And if you don't have NBA League Pass but want to watch Golden State Warriors games for less than a cup of coffee, don't forget to join my Patreon where you can watch every Golden State Warriors game anytime, anywhere. But let's get straight into the first reason, and the first reason the NBA hates the Golden State Warriors is that Stephen Curry is playing at an MVP level. Now, as you all know, Steph is getting older as time goes on, and a lot of NBA teams have hoped that the era of Steph Curry dominating the NBA has finally stopped. However, Steph has turned back the time because he is playing some of the highest level basketball he has ever played in his entire career. If we look at his stats so far this season, he's currently averaging 29.7 points, 6.4 rebounds, and 6.4 assists, which is absolutely insane. If we look at his 3-point percentage, it's also some of the highest he has ever done. The last time he was actually this high was back in 2015 and 2016, which was peak Steph Curry, but his 3-point percentage is 43%, which is absolutely insane. He also has a very high effective field goal percentage of 61%, and it honestly just gets better because also in the rebounding category, this is the highest he has ever rebounded for his whole career. So it's honestly fantastic to see Steph Curry playing at the high level, and the NBA are very annoyed just how well he is playing. He is getting older and he's starting to hit his mid-30s, and I do think when it comes to this, a lot of people thought that the era has finally submissed, but it continues to keep getting stronger and stronger because Steph Curry has not only gotten better, but he's gotten a lot stronger and better in different ways. One of the ways that I think Steph Curry is actually better now than he was back in 2015 is 2016 is not only his high IQ play, but also his defense. If you look at Steph Curry now, he is a very strong defender. He's able to stay in front of defenders very well. He's got a strong base, so he doesn't get pushed around as much as he used to, and I do think it has helped his game all around, being much bigger and stronger. You see him drive more, you see him be able to finish at the ring much more effectively as he's not getting bullied and pushed around, and that's something that a lot of people didn't like about Curry's game back in the day. A lot of NBA fans thought Steph Curry had bad defense. They thought he was too weak around the paint. However, nowadays Steph Curry is an absolute monster, and he is able to drive with some of the best guards and bigs, and he's able to handle his own. And I think that's really developed his game into something more special. He's always been a great 3-point shooter, and he hasn't lost that one bit, but the fact that he's added a lot more inside to his game has really helped him flourish, and also adding more defense has him not be a liability on defense as well, and has been able to really help this Golden State Warriors team not only win last year's championship, but also continue to prosper and win another championship this year as well. The second reason the NBA hates the Golden State Warriors is the rebirth of the small ball lineup. Now, as you all know, Golden State Warriors last season ran a small ball lineup that consisted of Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green. And this went on for some time, and it did a lot of damage when it comes to a couple of games where they versed smaller and faster teams, and they were honestly really racking up the points. However, this season they haven't been doing it so much until just this month, or pretty much the month of January. In the month of January, they decided to give it a try, and Steve Kerr went back to the clipboard and started one game with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, Jonathan Kuminga, and also Draymond Green, as Andrew Wiggins was out at this time. But due to the change that they did make, they did not only start winning games, but they also saw a lot of other players start to come out and start to really provide for this team. There were actually more players this month that were able to average 10 or more points, especially when it comes to the small ball lineup that they ran. So they had Steph Curry, who was averaging for the month of January 29 points. Also, Klay Thompson for the month of January was averaging 27. Poole for the month was averaging 22. You also had Kuminga averaging 13, Donte DiVincenzo averaging 10.5, and Wiggins still averaging around 15.3. So this was honestly a fantastic month in the month of January for the Golden State Warriors, and one of the reasons was the re-emergence of this small ball lineup. And will they continue to run it? It seems so, as Steve Kerr mentioned in an interview that he was testing things out and he saw a lot of improvements when they decided to run that small ball lineup. Now, do not get me wrong, I think Kevon Looney has honestly been such a great player for the Warriors, but him coming off the bench has definitely done wonders for this team, and it's really had the second unit add someone of that caliber of superstar status, such as Kevon Looney, to be able to really help that that second unit continue to push on. Not only that, but we saw Golden State Warriors really push the pace on a lot of different NBA teams, and it's really caused such high scoring names that have had Golden State Warriors really outscore their opponents. And I do think that is going to continue, and a lot of the NBA is definitely scared that the Golden State Warriors may have found their secret weapon, which is running this small ball lineup, especially if they had Kuminga or even if they had Andrew Wiggins. The third reason is the blossoming of Jonathan Kuminga. So like we talked about the small ball lineup, it really has had Jonathan Kuminga really get a lot more minutes and have him actually be involved with the first unit. And it has honestly done wonders not only for Kuminga but also for the Golden State Warriors team. In the month, like I mentioned in January, Jonathan Kuminga was actually averaging 12.4 points, 2.2 rebounds, and 2.4 assists. But where we really saw him shine was definitely on the defensive end, because Kuminga running that power forward position honestly did such a fantastic job at on-ball defense and locking down the other players. Now Andrew Wiggins has been injured on and off for some time now, and obviously Golden State Warriors have been looking for a replacement, and they definitely have found that in Kuminga. Kuminga has done a great job at being able to lock down some of the best athletes and some of the best players in the world, and he honestly at such young age has so much potential to continue to grow and continue to be a better defender. Now obviously when it comes to Kuminga, the stats don't show the amount of contests he get or the amount of havoc he actually causes out there, but he definitely, if you are a Golden State Warriors fan and watch these games, you definitely see how much Kuminga really does provide, and really provide a lot when it comes to defense and anchoring that defense down. It reminds me a lot of Draymond Green, who Draymond Green really does influence on defense, and I do think Kuminga definitely has that special power that he's able to really portray onto all the other players. Kuminga is able to switch on a guard if he needs to, he's able to guard some of the big men, and he's able to rebound over some of the biggest defenders due to his high athletic ability. So there's really something Kuminga has developed over time now, and a lot of people have compared him to someone like Andrew Wiggins, who's very athletic and still a little bit raw, but you start to see him come into his way, and not only in just that way, but also in his shooting. If we look at his shooting, his 3-point percentage was actually 58% when it came to the month of January, especially running that small ball lineup, and I think it will continue to get better as time goes on. I really do think he is like Andrew Wiggins, where Andrew Wiggins was coming into his rookie season at Timberwolves, wasn't the greatest shooter, but now after spending some time with Curry and Klay in the Warriors, he's definitely become an all-out great shooter, and now Andrew Wiggins is averaging 40% from the three. So I definitely see that with Kuminga happening, and if he does develop a 3-point shot, it is literally over for the rest of the NBA, because if he is able to shoot that on a consistent basis, as much as Curry, as much as even Andrew Wiggins, I do think it is going to be a recipe for success, and the NBA playoffs are not ready for this Warriors team. The fourth reason is the revival of Donte DiVincenzo. Now, as you all know, Donte DiVincenzo is a new signing for this year, and his job was pretty much to replace what Gary Payton II left when he went to the Portland Trail Blazers. And a lot of people, especially earlier on in the season, weren't really feeling Donte DiVincenzo and what he could provide. However, bringing it back to the small ball lineup that they're running, DiVincenzo has been given a 6-man role, and it has really helped him develop and especially become a great leader for that second unit, as Jordan Poole has moved into the first unit or in the starting position. In the month of January, Donte DiVincenzo was averaging 10.5 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 4.2 assists. And those stats do look very similar to Gary Payton II, and not just that, he was shooting a 3-point percentage of 40%, which was honestly insane. So those are pretty much Curry type numbers when it comes to the 3-point percentage, and the fact that Donte DiVincenzo has definitely found his way, especially being the scoring leader for that second unit, it has done wonders for that second unit and help them to really provide. When it comes to that, Donte DiVincenzo has honestly done a fantastic job really adjusting to what they want from him, because he has come from an NBA championship team such as the Milwaukee Bucks. He then moved over into the Sacramento Kings, where he wasn't really getting the same game time that he wanted, and now with the Golden State Warriors, he isn't really given the same amount of minutes that he was getting back in Sacramento and the Bucks. However, he is using his time very effectively, and he is putting up such great numbers for the amount of minutes that he is actually playing. And I do think it will continue to get better for Donte DiVincenzo, and I do think he is going to be a vital player, especially when it comes playoff time. A lot of people don't realize this, but DiVincenzo has definitely not only done a great job with the second unit, but when he starts mixing in with that first unit of Curry and also Klay and even sometimes Jordan Poole, it really has him be that main defender that they need at times if Kuminga is already guarding someone and they need someone else. So he's really stepped up to the plate. You know, Klay Thompson has always been that 3-and-D guy for Warriors. However, he is getting a little bit older and he's coming back from two very serious injuries, so he really is just focusing on scoring, and DiVincenzo has stepped up to the plate and really defended some of the best players in the other team when need be. And I do think he has done a fantastic job at that. Like I always mention, it really doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but you definitely see it in the way the Golden State Warriors play, that they are getting better and better, and so is DiVincenzo. The fifth reason the NBA hate the Golden State Warriors is that Klay Thompson is back to his old self. As you all know, Klay Thompson has actually gotten 2 serious injuries back-to-back seasons, and he recently came back last season to win an NBA championship. However, a lot of NBA fans didn't think he was up to where he was before. But this month of January that just passed, he honestly has showed everyone just what he's capable of, because in that month of January, he was averaging 27 points per game, 4.4 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and also shooting 43% from the three-point line. So he was honestly putting up such crazy numbers during that month of January, and I think it will continue on due to the fact that one of the reasons why he's getting more shots and also hitting it more consistently is the small ball lineup has definitely opened up a lot of things for Klay Thompson, especially when it comes to the shooting department. His three-point attempts have definitely increased, and it will continue to increase as time has gone on, but I do think when it comes to Klay Thompson getting back to where he was before, he is getting very close, and I think the rest of the NBA is definitely scared. Steph Curry's playing at a high level, Jordan Poole's always been playing at a high level, and same with Andrew Wiggins, and Klay Thompson has been that guy that's still just coming back from injury, but it seems every day as days go by that he is getting closer to back to his peak performance. And I do think that the rest of the NBA should be scared, because once Klay Thompson is able to get back to where he was 100%, it is over for the rest of the league. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon. Peace.